Hello and welcome. I'm your host Piyush. Let's begin with the video report. In 2021, the Biden administration assumed office amidst widespread anticipation of increased global conflicts. Expert opinions echoed this sentiment and events have validated their concerns. The year witnessed the US withdrawal from Afghanistan, leading to the resurgence of the Taliban. Subsequently, in 2022, the Ukraine conflict escalated and 2023 marked the Israel-Gaza war, plunging the Middle East and Europe into unprecedented instability. This alarming trend has raised fears of an imminent declaration of World War III. Notably, a distinct pattern emerged in these conflicts. The US actively engaged in diplomacy, investing significant resources in both wars. This proactive involvement contrasts sharply with the approaches of the preceding administration, namely Obama 2.0 and the Trump era. These administrations focused on conflict resolution, avoiding escalation, and maintaining tense standoffs. While the nation's prominence had been diminishing, the Biden administration's actions have sparked continuous debates and criticism. Particularly in the Middle East and Europe, where the US influence has waned, a resurgence is suddenly visible. Now, President Biden's recent comments have raised questions about the true intentions of the US escalating geopolitical instability. Biden's remarks have been particularly striking. He acknowledged the dwindling efficacy of the current US-led world order, stating that it had sort of run out of steam. Despite this, he asserted that Washington would play a pivotal role in shaping the system that succeeds it. This declaration contradicts the views expressed by world leaders who have often called for a new multipolar world order. Biden's confidence was evident as he shared accomplishments including convincing Japan and South Korea to aid Ukraine financially and securing rail and port agreements with the EU, India, and Saudi Arabia at the G20 summit. He expressed optimism, believing that with boldness and confidence, the world could be united in unprecedented ways. His call for a new world order marks a departure from the stability experienced during the 50-year post-war period, emphasizing the need for a redefined global paradigm. Now, if these statements aren't enough for you, wait for a much bigger surprise. In an eyebrow-raising statement, Janet Yellen, the US Treasury Secretary, has added to the intrigue surrounding US foreign policy. Yellen suggests that the US should not refrain from engaging in more than two wars simultaneously. Speaking to Sky News, she asserted that the US economy and finances were robust enough to support American interests abroad, implying a certain confidence despite ongoing global tensions. Yellen's comments comes amid the Israel-Gaza conflict, with potential spillover threatening regional stability and volatile oil and gas prices. Despite these challenges, Yellen appears unfazed, indicating a surprising nonchalance towards safeguarding US interests in the Middle East through military interventions. She stresses US must not hesitate to show its strength to the world. The Biden administration's recent appointments have added to the growing skepticism about the direction of US foreign policy. Critics have accused the administration of contributing to global chaos through its involvement in funding wars and arming nations influenced by the American war lobby. This alarming trend is further exemplified by the rise of influential figures within Washington, D.C., indicating the deep state's increasing influence. A notable appointment is Victoria Nuland, a key orchestrator of the Ukrainian conflict due to her involvement in the 2014 Euromaidan protest. Her controversial actions, including engineering Zelensky's rise to power, have raised concerns about the administration's agenda. Similarly, General Charles Brown, an advocate for confronting China, has taken a prominent position as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, raising questions about the administration's stance on international relations. Additionally, the return of John Kerry, known for his support for the infamous American invasion of Iraq and his promotion of the use of force, adds to the unease. These appointments, coupled with the administration's involvement in global conflicts, raise suspicions about the true motives and intentions behind US foreign policy decisions. The choices made in these key positions indicate a departure from domestic solutions, prompting scrutiny and concern both domestically and internationally. The recent appointments and statements from Biden and Yellen cast a shadow on US intentions. It's increasingly clear that the US is engaged in a sinister game largely overlooked amidst the global push for a multipolar world. Desperate to maintain influence, the dollar based global system, and its superpower status, the US leadership, hand in hand with the war lobby, appears poised to reset the globe to serve their interest. Biden's admission that he'd set the world ablaze for the sake of a US based order raises disturbing questions about the lengths the US is willing to go to protect its hegemony. The specter of World War III looms, fueled by these dubious moves.